Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Let me ask you something. Have you spent years studying English, memorizing grammar rules, and building up your vocabulary, only to freeze when it's time to actually speak? You know the words, but they just won't come out. Your heart starts pounding, you get nervous, and you think, what if I make a mistake? What if they don't understand me? If that sounds familiar, trust me, you are not alone. I've been there, and I know how frustrating it can be. But today, we're going to change that. We're going on a journey to unlock the single most important tool in your language learning arsenal, your confidence. Because fluency isn't just about what you know, it's about having the courage to use it. First, let's talk about the root of the problem. Why do we lack confidence? It often boils down to one thing: mindset. We're conditioned to see mistakes as failures. From a young age in school, getting a red mark on a test meant you did something wrong. But in language learning, this mindset is our biggest enemy. Think about it. How did you learn your native language? As a baby, you babbled, you made sounds, you pointed at a dog and said, "cat." Did your parents scold you? No, they gently corrected you and you tried again. Mistakes were just part of the process. We need to get back to that childlike curiosity and fearlessness. A mistake in English isn't a reflection of your intelligence. It's proof that you are trying, that you are pushing your boundaries, and that you are learning. So the first practical step is to reframe how you see mistakes. From now on, every time you make one, I want you to silently say to yourself, "Great, that's a learning opportunity." Celebrate it as a stepping stone, not a stumbling block. Now, let's get into some practical strategies to build this new mindset. The first is to set realistic, achievable goals. Often we overwhelm ourselves by saying, "I want to be fluent in 6 months." That's a huge, vague goal that sets you up for disappointment. Instead, break it down. Your goal for this week could be as simple as, "I will learn 5 new phrases and use one of them in a conversation." Or, "I will speak in English for 5 minutes every day, even if it's just to myself." When you achieve these small goals, you get a hit of dopamine, a sense of accomplishment. This creates a positive feedback loop. You feel good, so you want to do more. Your confidence grows brick by brick, not all at once. Remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Small, consistent wins are what build unstoppable momentum. My second strategy is what I call creating a safe space. You need an environment where you feel comfortable practicing without judgment. This could be finding a language exchange partner who is also learning and understands the struggle. There are tons of apps and websites for this. Or it could be joining a conversation club with other learners at a similar level. The key is to find people who are supportive. Another powerful technique is to talk to yourself. I know it sounds a bit strange, but it's incredibly effective. Narrate your day in English. "Okay, now I am making coffee. I'm adding milk and a little bit of sugar." You are practicing sentence structure, retrieving vocabulary, and getting your mouth used to forming English sounds, all with zero pressure. Nobody is listening, nobody is judging. You are your own safest practice partner. The third strategy is to focus on communication, not perfection. The goal of language is to connect with another person, to share ideas and understand them. It's not to speak like a walking grammar textbook. Have you ever spoken to a native speaker who used perfect, flawless grammar? It's rare. People use slang, they start sentences and don't finish them, they make mistakes, yet they communicate effectively. So release the pressure of being perfect. If you can't remember a specific word, describe it. Instead of getting stuck on the word corkscrew, you could say, the thing you use to open a bottle of wine. The other person will understand and the conversation flows. Communication over perfection. This single shift in focus will liberate you and make speaking so much more enjoyable. Another huge confidence booster is to change your input. Are you only consuming English lessons and textbook materials? That can get boring and feel like a chore. Immerse yourself in English content that you genuinely enjoy. If you love cooking, watch cooking shows in English. If you're into gaming, follow English-speaking gamers on Twitch or YouTube. Listen to podcasts on topics that fascinate you. When you're having fun, you forget you're studying. Your brain absorbs the language naturally. The rhythm, the intonation, the common phrases. You'll start to notice patterns and pick up new vocabulary without even trying. This makes the language feel less like a foreign subject and more like a part of your life, which is a massive boost to your confidence. You start thinking in English because you're living with English. Now, let's talk about body language and voice. Confidence isn't just in your head, it's in your body. Before you have to speak English, try a power pose. Stand up straight, put your shoulders back, put your hands on your hips, and hold it for a minute. Studies have shown this can actually change your body chemistry to make you feel more powerful and confident. Also, pay attention to your voice. When we're nervous, our voices tend to get quiet and high-pitched. Take a deep breath and speak from your diaphragm. Speak a little louder and a little slower than you normally would. This projects confidence, not just to the listener, but back to yourself. It's the classic, fake it till you make it, and it works wonders. And finally, and this is perhaps the most important point of all, be kind to yourself. Language learning is a journey with ups and downs. There will be days when you feel like you can't say a single correct sentence. There will be moments when you feel frustrated and want to give up. On those days, it's crucial to practice self-compassion. Don't beat yourself up. Acknowledge the frustration, but then remind yourself of how far you've come. Think about what you could do a year ago or even a month ago. You've made progress and you will continue to make progress. Treat yourself like you would treat a friend who is learning something new. You'd encourage them. You'd tell them they're doing a great job and you'd remind them not to give up. You deserve that same kindness. Your inner voice is your constant companion on this journey. Make sure it's a supportive one. So, to recap, reframe mistakes as learning opportunities. Set small, achievable goals to build momentum. Create a safe space to practice, even if it's just by talking to yourself. Focus on communication, not perfection. Immerse yourself in enjoyable English content. Use your body and voice to project confidence. And above all, be kind to yourself throughout the entire process. Your English ability is already there. The knowledge is in your head. The challenge is building the bridge of confidence to let it out. This journey starts today with the decision to change your mindset. You can do this. I have absolute faith in you. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope these strategies were helpful for you. If you have any other confidence-building tips, please share them in the comments below. Let's create a supportive community right here. And if you found this video valuable, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more content to help you on your English journey. See you in the next video.